All right, welcome back to Fleccas Talks the Podcast, episode 72. Today on the show, International Women's Day just passed. Richard Rappoi and I will be talking about our favorite women. Gay dads transition their 2-year-old son into a girl in this week's Cringe of the Week. A creepy guy asked this lady for sex on a ring cam in the middle of the night. You won't want to miss her response. And last but not least, this guy says that if black people get reparations, the crime, looting, and murders will stop. I kind of don't believe him. All this and more. It's Fleccas Talks the Podcast, episode 72, ranked the best new podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Fleccas Talks the Podcast featuring Richard Rappoi. All right, this week's episode is brought to you by our friends over at My Patriot Supply. Guys, times are not looking good right now. Things are getting kind of ugly. Supply chain issues, food shortages, trains getting derailed. I think now more than ever is a good time to have some emergency food on hand. MyPatriotSupply.com is the best place to get that. For every 3-month food supply you buy, My Patriot Supply will give you $200 in bonus gear. All kinds of cool stuff. All you have to do is buy a 3-month supply of food, and they will give you $200 worth of bonus gear. What an amazing offer. This bonus gear will help out when SHIT hits the fan. So get your 3-month food supply today. Get your $200 worth of bonus gifts from MyPatriotSupply.com. Go while you can. This offer will not last forever. MyPatriotSupply.com is the website. Go there today. Tell them Fleccas sent you. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, housekeeping. We have a very important housekeeping today, as always.
One for one on the intro, of course.
One for one on the intro, of course, which is always how it goes down. We don't ever get frustrated or bothered by how many takes the intro is.
There's no swearing off camera. There's nothing. Don't stop asking
questions. No
questions.
one's slamming the table. All right, things causing heart attacks and blood clots this week. Artificial sweetener.
Yeah, and artificial sweetener linked to blood clots and heart attacks. New study finds. I feel like we talked about this one already. Or they're kind of repeating. Is what it seems like.
They're kind of going back through and repeating. Is there artificial sweetener in 6 Diet Cokes a day?
Definitely.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, I'm not at risk for any other reason besides that. Mm-hmm. I'm a little sarcastic.
Yeah.
And I'm ripping 6 diets a day.
No cold showers, so you're clean, to be honest.
I should be all right. Yeah, that's just an easy one. It's a little bit of a layup this week. But let's get into it. Doppelganger section. I don't have any doppelgangers for Richard Rappoi this week, so maybe there's going to be a light to no doppelganger section.
No. There's a heavy doppelganger section. So let's go through your week again.
Okay.
So your week started off, you're a wrestler. You're called the Revolting Puff. I just found that out about you. I didn't know you were moonlighting as a wrestler. That's you.
I'm the one on the right?
Yeah, you're that one on the right. You see the body shape? The Revolting Puff. So that's you. Then after the wrestling match, we went to a bar where they kind of used you. You were the bartender a little bit. That got weird. But we started getting wild. We got a little drunk, everything like that. And then this giant Amazon woman came up to you. And she said, I'm 6'5". And you're like, what, 5'8"? So, yeah, she put the leg up over you. That shit was getting wild. Then we got a little drunk. You said, hey, put this on your head, rap boy. Kick it off. So there's you.
I'm the kicker?
Yeah, you're the
and
kicker.
You're the one there.
I'm the one on the ground.
So there is a Rappoi doppelganger this week.
Yep.
And I land the kick. Doesn't even hurt you.
Yeah, you land the kick. Nice job. But then you got a little too blackout. I had to leave after that. You got a little too blackout. You started acting weird. So you just started, I don't know.
Convulsing.
No, I think it's more like humping. You were like looking for something. You were horned up. And then you're so horned up. You're so horned up, and there were no women around other than the Amazonian. So you turned into a gay twink. You turned into a big bear.
I think that's an otter bear. Like I was right in between bear and otter.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got jacked.
Yeah, you got jacked.
So the before and after from the puff to this, it's like actually like a uplifting message.
But it doesn't end there because you were a gay bear, and hate crimes and gay people
under attack.
That happen all the time. So someone took a tire iron to the back of your head, and you got paralyzed, buddy. So you can't see his legs. He's in a chair right now. So that's the final dop. Nice. Good work. So yeah, rough week for Fleccas. We'll see what happens next week, I guess. Guys, keep sending me these. I'm finding like random people who DM me like for the first time ever, like a perfect doppelganger. So keep it coming.
Yeah, keep them coming, guys. Thanks. Send me Rat Boy ones too. But also, if you don't find any, we don't have to do the doppelganger section ever again. We don't have to do the doppelganger section ever again if there's no more.
Yeah,
but maybe there's a few.
We are reaching our limit, kind of.
People love the doppelganger section, but it's also humiliating and embarrassing for me.
Yeah, it was also for me. So don't forget about all those times you roasted me with some fat, blonde-headed, red-headed type.
Yeah.
So, get yours.
All right. Well, I just got back from a trip to Virginia, like an hour outside of D.C., and I had a couple of experiences that I wrote down along the way that I knew I needed to share in housekeeping.
All right.
Yesterday, on my way, it was an hour-and-a-half trip from Virginia to the airport. I had to take an Uber, and I had my Uber driver, for the first time ever, was an old man. He was at least 80 years old.
Wow.
And immediately, I put my bag in the back, like on the back seat. And he goes, "Hey, can you put that on the floor or in the trunk? I don't want it to kill me if something happens. Like if we get into a crash, he doesn't want the bag to come flying in." And I was just like, "All right, that's a little weird that we're planning for the worst case scenario like that." And he was 80. I was discouraged. I was a little nervous. But then I said to myself, you know what? Let's not be ageist. Let's be objective. This guy's not a woman. Let's give him a chance. He could be a good driver. I'm going to go into this objectively and see how he does. But that was actually not a good idea. Immediately, we had like a stop short incident in traffic where we almost crashed.
Wow.
And then after that, I could tell he knew that I thought that he was maybe not qualified or maybe not capable. So to show me he was capable.
There was eye contact in the rearview mirror, like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of like me in the back, like watching him drive and like, all right, where are we going?
Yeah.
Stops up ahead. So then to prove to me that he was capable, he started going through his phone to like tell me stuff about the trip. So he's like, "Oh, we'll be there in 72 minutes. We're going to be taking like scrolling through like, I-95." And then he stopped short again and almost crashed again when he was trying to show me all the details from the trip. So he's trying to prove he's capable. Oh, I'm not out of control. I'm paying attention.
I can multitask.
And then that multitasking almost got us killed again.
What do you mean stop short? Like he just had to slam on his brakes like multiple times?
Yeah, he had to slam on his brakes multiple times in stop and go traffic on I-95 in a way where you could have just like slow and steadied the whole way, but he was going fast. Then once the traffic broke, he was going like 90. And then in the car, he's like, "Oh, you're going to the airport," which is like an hour and a half away from where we were. He goes, "Oh," and this is like at noon. He's like, "Oh, I was already there at 4:45 this morning."
So he's an 80-year-old man on hour 9 of his shift.
Yeah, 80-year-old man on hour 9 of his shift in like a warm car going an hour and a half on a highway.
Sleepy time.
Yeah, time to take a little nap with me in the back seat. So I was basically ready to die, but we didn't. We made it. But that old guy, it's just like, why are you driving Uber?
It's honestly sad, right? Like
He should be eating like soup and a half a sandwich.
yeah, soup that's way too hot. It burns him and he can't even tell because he's 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that. It actually ended up being okay. We got there okay in one piece, just a couple almost crashes, 100% because of his age. And then I got on the plane to go from D.C. to New Orleans. You're not going to believe this. I didn't even tell you this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So we're flying, right? We're like halfway through the trip.
Two women pilots.
No. I wouldn't be here if that was the case. We would be crashed and dead. Yeah. The guy in front of me clicks the flight attendant button.
He needed help?
And I'm thinking to myself, like, are you at the end of a heart attack and like now you're going to die and you basically need to say, hey, like 15A, there's a body here. Like, I'm dead. Like, that's the final thing. Like, what could you possibly press the flight attendant button for? Are you having a medical emergency? Hey, like, medical emergency. Basically, for the last 5 minutes, I've been dying. I'm going to die in the next 5 seconds. Emergency land somewhere.
So what did he do? What did he ask?
He asked for like a water or something.
Some people are playing a different game with that button. And they can get nuts. They
Have
can
you
get a
ever
blanket.
pressed that button?
No, but I know it works. And the flight attendants know it works. So I think you might be the one who kind of thinks of it as too holy.
Yeah.
You think of that as like a last resort thing, and it's like that guy just wanted the water.
Yeah. Well, as a man, you die before you seek help, right? So it's like you press the button. It's basically saying like, hey, I'm having a heart attack. It didn't go away. You're probably going to need to rip my body out and emergency land in Nashville. That's what I would press the button for. Anything less than that, it's like, what? You need something?
Yeah. He's thirsty. You're dying. You're near death.
I'm already dead.
Sweating.
Me, it's like
him. He's thirsty.
For me, I'm not even dying and need help. For me, I'm already dead. I try to deal with it by myself, and I couldn't. And my last thing is just bing, and then I'm dead in the seat. And that's how it goes down.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. Also, Click. I watched a couple movies. Click. I know it's bad. Skip your whole life, whatever. You can click through airplane rides.
What do you mean?
Like Click, fast forwarding your life, Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And like how like at the end he regrets it because he skipped his whole life.
Yeah, he used it too much, and then it started auto skipping.
You can click through airplanes though.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be one where it's like, all right, as long as you skip just flights and maybe commuting, you can appropriately click through certain parts of your life.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's kind of the point I made. And also, I was watching on this trip while I was traveling the Hangover series. I watched all 3 of them while I was traveling. The Hangover. You guys get in trouble every time. You can just blame Alan.
Yeah.
Alan roofied you guys. He's mentally ill. They told you right away he's a mentally ill, weird brother.
Yeah.
He roofied you guys.
Specifically episode 1. And you're talking to when they kind of like come at the last minute. They're all sunburned and disheveled, and they come home and they make the wedding at the end. And he's like, long story, babe. And it's like, no, Alan roofied us.
Yeah, your brother?
Yeah.
I would sue you if we weren't getting married. Like, your brother is a nightmare. You know he's mentally ill.
Yeah.
He roofied us. Anything that happened, the guy missing the tooth, the guy with the tattoo, me all sunburned, almost missed the wedding, it's all your brother's fault. I don't know why they took the hit for Alan.
They stood tall for Alan. They
don't even like the guy, and he's mentally ill. I just didn't understand why you guys are respectable men.
Yeah.
Y'all have jobs. You're a teacher. You're a dentist. Alan roofied you.
Hey, that's showbiz, baby.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I was thinking about as well?
What else? What else you got?
We have
this
3
is like
pages.
schizophrenic plain thoughts.
Well, yeah, it is schizophrenic plain thoughts for sure. Remember in the mall when we were younger, we'd go to those like stores that had the posters, and you'd scroll through and find like the poster you like.
It'd be like a booklet of posters.
Yep, and you like find the interesting ones or cool ones or whatever that you're into. That was kind of like the birth of memes in a way.
Yeah.
That was like memes before there were memes, like things that you can like relate to and like and hang up on your wall. Like that was like the first portal memes tried to enter through.
I mean, you could argue that memes were hieroglyphics. You know what I mean? Because memes is just a rudimentary symbol communication type thing. So, I mean, I get your point, but you can go all the way back to Mesopotamia. You can go to
That's
Egypt.
what I'd like to do. Remember that music video? Here we go again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. And they're on the treadmills. Here we go. That invented TikTok.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
That invented TikTok. And then I'm thinking, how deep and far back can we go to what invented what? And I'm wondering, you know how like social media is kind of like the slippery slope? And like once you let it in, once you open Pandora's box, it doesn't go away and it just keeps going in like a direction forever and ever as far as it can.
Yeah.
What if that started day 1 with the invention of the mirror? Like maybe like humans.
Mic drop? Is that
that was a mic drop.
The mirror is when we kind of
let the devil in. The mirror is when we open the portal to the bad, self-fulfilling, self-aggrandizing, self-loving too much way. I think the mirror. Narcissistic, yep. So it's basically like maybe we weren't supposed to have mirrors. We're supposed to see each other as we see each other, and we see ourselves in like a reflection in like the muddy water or something. But then the mirror comes in, and that was like the deal with the devil. And once the mirror came in, that's like the first block in that meme of all the bigger blocks that leads to it. Like the final thing, and it starts with, oh, we invented the mirror. And then the last piece is like trans TikTok.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Kind of. I get what you're saying. I think that humans have been the same forever. And it's just like a difference of information and platforms. And like people like back then, even if you didn't have a mirror, mirrors were probably invented / discovered in like the 1400s or something, maybe even sooner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people were stunting even if they didn't have a mirror, you know?
But I think you wouldn't care as much about what you looked like or how you appeared without a mirror. And you would be more like in the moment in yourself. And then once the mirror came around, people became too self-aware. And then once that happened, it kind of let in like all these like insecurities and all these things that people could care about. and then it got like the focus off of what's important and onto like ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something there. And if you guys kind of agree or like can word it better or can extrapolate
I feel like
it.
you're baked. You're 70% baked.
70% baked. Let's sear it. Let's do the sear. In the comments, finish that idea out, and I think we have something there. All right, we really need to keep moving. We have a very tight show today. It's going to go a little long, but I have a feeling that our episodes going forward are just going to be well over an hour now. I think everyone's fine with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
International Women's Day just passed a couple days ago.
Yep.
So Richard Rapboy and I are going to name our top 3 women, not including mothers. We can't include our moms, and we can't do repeats. So
Okay.
if you have one that I don't have, or we can't do repeats.
Okay.
Do you want to go first? Do you want to just list your top 3?
Yeah, sure. Kayla Lemieux. I'll go with Kayla, big titty woodshop teacher.
That's the Kayla Lemieux is the woodshop teacher?
Yeah. I'll go with Dylan Mulvaney. He's on, I think, day 360 something. So Kayla Lemieux, Dylan Mulvaney, and then Admiral Rachel Levine.
Admiral Levine?
Yeah. What?
Okay. I went with Courtney Cox, Jessica Biel from I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry,
Okay, that's an easy one.
and Marie Curie.
Marie Curie. Do you know what she did?
Did you say Dylan Mulvaney?
Yeah, he's a woman.
What is wrong? Dude, this show has gotten to you. What is wrong with you?
I'm on the internet
Admiral
too much.
Levine?
I'm on the internet
What are
too
you
much. I'm too
talking
obsessed.
about? Well, these aren't even women.
All right,
What are you-
fine. I'll change it. Brittany Griner.
All right, Dylan Mulvaney can't get dates. It's a problem that they is going through.
Yeah. Why is no one in the DMs? Dylan Mulvaney discusses dating as a trans woman. And then it's funny because this publication is called Them, who wrote this up. And then it's by James Factora. And then you go take a look at James, and it's really a Jill.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, so basically it was just like Dylan is famous now with all this attention and brand deals, but nobody wants to date him still. And it's like, yeah, you can't really lie. You can't really lie to everybody until someone dates someone. It's just like you're abusing the woman image and, nobody actually likes it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a whoopsie,
Yeah, they have to just pretend, but they can't get the results from pretending.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think there is a solution here. ABC needs to fix this. Make the next Bachelorette Dylan Mulvaney, and if you don't do it, I'll kill myself.
I don't think you could say that on YouTube.
But I think that's like what the trans people do.
Oh, yeah.
They say like,
threaten-
oh yeah, you have to call me she or I'm suicidal.
Yeah, because my mental health is that
do you
the
want
tip.
do you want a trans kid or a dead kid? And that's what they do.
Yeah, it's all threats. It's all a suicide vest of.
So I got the vest myself. Make Dylan Mulvaney the Bachelorette,
or I'll blow
or
it.
I'll blow this shit out.
True. All right.
That's how they do it. They're suicidal, and that's like why everyone's scared to go against their ideas. The trans people, it's because they say, "Oh, I'm suicidal," blah blah blah. So fine. So am I. Make him the Bachelorette, or I'm fucking dead.
Yeah. There it is. This guy, Jeffrey Marsh, who tells kids. Actually, he went on a video deleting spree. By the way, he deleted a bunch of videos of like, "Hey kids, come talk to me." He deleted a bunch. So the pedo shit, that's actually worse. Because if he was talking to kids in a genuine, let me mentor you help way, he'd leave them up.
Look at it. Yeah. My work shows it for itself.
Open the DMs. This kid was just confused. But he was used as a biological male getting paid to promote tampons.
Puts him in his butt.
He puts him in his butt. He puts him in his nose. I don't know. He just holds them. It's funny because they really had to send him tampons to take pictures of this. And he probably just throws them away after, wastes them. And I thought this was kind of like there's a famous Mad Men scene where, obviously Mad Men was like the high testosterone, red meat guys just doing advertising, firing from the hip in the 60s. And there's a scene from Mad Men where Don Draper goes like, what do women want? And then Roger Sterling goes, who cares? And then he takes a sip of a drink. And it's like, that's happening now, but it's the opposite. What do women want? Who cares? Let a gay guy do the tampon ad.
Yeah, put the tampons in the gay guy's butt.
Yeah. So it's so weird and dystopian, but it's like, it's just switched. The whip has gone from one hand to the other. And now instead of high testosterone, racist men, it's become the fat woman from HR teaming up with the gay guy. And then they just kind of go, yeah, put the gay guy in the tampon commercial. This will cause a buzz.
That's so good. Because if we wanted to like
neglect women, right?
We wanted to do a dystopian bit and write a bit about like tampons or whatever. The bit would be, oh yeah, like a man is advertising tampons, and then they did that for us.
I know.
It's not even hard.
Babylon Bee, us, like satire, like it doesn't. The lines, they don't even. I don't know who gets there first. Sometimes,
Yeah,
It's
great to have that because then you're on the right side.
I know.
It's not like we're believing all this leftist stuff, and then it's like, the guys with the tampons doesn't fully make sense, but open borders is important. It's like
Exactly.
It's just very clear. All right, which takes us to the Andrew Tate clip, and then also an age-old question. Andrew Tate here is basically asking, would you rather have sex with a trans 10 who looks like a woman but is a man, or a biological woman who is a 1, looks like Hulk Hogan? Let's let it rip.
I recently posted a question on Twitter asking, would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And everyone's sitting there clicking woman, 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 because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else. But they're not actually thinking about the question. I am so smart. I operate on so many levels higher than the average man. You people are not thinking about the question. When I say a 1 and a 10, I mean Megan Fox with a dick. That's the tranny. Or Hulk Hogan with a pussy.
We get the gist of it.
That's the gist of it, which is an age-old question. And also it's a thing.
Age-old? From what age? Literally 2015, maybe.
Yeah. So age-old question. John Doyle made a great point that like guys make this joke with each other. Like, how much would it take to have sex with a dude? $1 billion? It's like, guys do that.
And then it's just negotiating from there. If you say yes to $1 billion, then it's like, well, what about 500 mil?
But this one is a little tricky because I don't know. You can't really have sex with a trans person.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. So then I think the correct answer is I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a jury nullification thing, like where the jurors don't know, they can just kind of say, no, the crime doesn't deserve to be punished, and it's you just walk away. I'm not having sex that day. If my options are Megan Fox, tranny, or Hulk Hogan.
But what is the answer? What do you pick?
Nothing. Just what I said. It's like pointless. I mean, if there's money on the line.
What do you pick?
What do I pick? Oh, God. Do it. So, yeah, I mean, that wasn't planned at all. But, yeah, I don't pick. I don't have sex that day. There's no world there's no world where you do it. So,
but it'd be nice to, on paper, at the end of your life, have I never had sex with a trans person checked off.
Yeah, that's pretty important to have, guys.
That's a very important one.
So, yeah, John Doyle, everybody was like giving him shit. And it's like, no, guys do the hypothetical gay jokes and the hypothetical, like, how much money would it take for X, Y to.
It's locker room talk.
That's locker room talk, baby.
Yeah, baby.
No gay shit happens, obviously. But yeah, hilarious.
So that Andrew Tate, I was kind of surprised to hear him say, because later in the video he says, like, yeah, just move her dick out of the way and do it or whatever.
Ooh.
And it's kind of like, what? And then he's like, oh yeah, gay is a spectrum, sexuality and being gay is a spectrum. So everyone's got a little bit of it. And I was kind of like, what was that part?
No.
So like, I think that he makes good points, and like self-improvement is a good point that he makes for people and young men trying to be their best.
Self-reliance, that type of stuff.
Working out, making money, like being self-sufficient. But I think it gets a little away from me where it comes to agreeing when his main goal is to get people to escape the matrix. But then like his message is escape the matrix by like being a billionaire and having a Bugatti and cheating on your wife. It's like, I think escape the matrix would be more like go live on land and like, trust your neighbors.
Yeah.
Not like go, bang all the girls at the nightclub and spend 20 grand for a table and bottle service. Mm-hmm. So that's where I would disagree with Top G. But other than that, age-old question remains unanswered.
Yeah.
Which is
every
fun.
man needs to look in the mirror and answer that themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then also the fact that Dylan Mulvaney gets no dates, it's kind of like it's not easy for normal guys to. It's not a spectrum as much as people think.
Exactly. Dylan Mulvaney, far from a 10,
but a 7.
But he's a. Stop. Oh God.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta move on. We're still in housekeeping, and these have been getting out of hand. Okay, esoteric lifter memes, that Instagram account.
Yeah.
Almost paranoid. We made it on again for the second time with a sick fit. We stayed dripping in these fits lately. I've been wearing the windbreakers, bringing them back.
Yeah.
And I actually have something to inform the audience about.
Okay.
Are you guys stupid? Are you dumb?
I don't think so.
Has anyone besides me gone on eBay and Poshmark and bought up all these old vintage Trump windbreakers?
What?
Yeah.
Trump windbreakers?
I got them coming on eBay. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent on them, but I found all these Trump windbreakers like Trump Doral, the Trump Castle Casino, Trump Marina, the Trump Taj Mahal, all these sick old vintage Trump things from like the 80s and 90s that are like windbreakers and jackets. I got that one. What is that? That's the
Trump Plaza?
Trump Plaza raincoat. So I got all the 2XLs are gone, which is why I'm telling everyone, because now you guys can go buy whatever's left. But think about that. Donald Trump, one of the most influential people in world history, and he's also 80 years old, so, not going to be around much longer. Do you think in 10 years that these 80s Trump windbreakers are not going to be worth tons of money? It's like an NFT in real life.
So it's an investment.
It's an investment, but it's also like the coolest thing you can own. Like, why is no one thinking outside the bun like this? You guys could own these cool random, like I got a Trump Taj Mahal hat. I have all these cool Trump things coming. I'm gonna be wearing them, but I think you guys should get on that wave too. Go find some vintage Trump windbreakers, vintage Trump hoodies, vintage Trump polos and hats. They're all on eBay. They're all reasonably priced, and I think it's going to go up in value once time continues. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's like steal your luggage shit.
Yeah.
It's like people see this at the airport and they go, ooh, that guy's got cool shit. I'm going to go steal his luggage.
Yeah.
All right, we're still in housekeeping. We have a very important housekeeping to finish. The pizza fail. Look at this.
Oops.
On fire, loses the pizza, pickle pizza, and you're filming. Let's put the phone down.
Yeah, put the phone down.
You ruined the whole thing. Put the phone down.
The pizza lands face down.
And the thing's on fire, and you're filming, and you had one hand the whole time.
Yeah.
Put the phone down.
Yeah.
That was all I had for that.
Yeah, there's nothing more to be said. Put the phone down. That's it.
Speaking of put the phone down, I was out to lunch with Alan, my friend. We were eating wings,
Yeah.
and we realized if you're eating wings and you eat with two hands and you dirty both of your hands, have you not learned anything since you've been here?
Since you've been where?
On Earth? Like on the planet since you've been alive?
Yeah. I can see
You have
that.
a dirty hand and a clean hand, but if you dirty both hands, you're like a fucking idiot.
What if there's paper towels on the table?
Even then, you
A
should
paper towel roll on the table and there's no concern.
and you're going to have two dirty hands touching paper towel roll?
Yes, because you grab it by the end that you use it.
No. One dirty hand, one clean hand. Everyone knows that.
Hey, if the napkins are flowing, I'm on the other side of this.
All right, last piece of housekeeping. We need to get going into Cringe. We are behind schedule. We're doing a little segment for next week's show. Fleccas Talks back. If you guys have any questions and you want to kind of call into the show, go to Instagram for myself or at Richard Rapboy and send us voice memos of the questions you have, and then we will pick the best ones and then answer them next week. Fleccas Talks Back segment. Send us voice memos of whatever questions you want us to answer.
Send us a video of yourself just talking, and then we won't show the video because I don't want to screen record a voice memo.
Smart.
So send us a video. We'll just use the audio.
Smart.
You can point it away from you.
Exactly. Smart. Thank you. Please do that. We're going to answer some audience questions, whatever you guys want to know. And then last but not least of housekeeping, Donald Trump, please don't pick Nikki Haley for anything.
Please, Donald.
Please, Donald. We don't need...
Is that close? Is that what you're hearing or what?
It's not off the table.
Dark.
It's very dark. Just don't pick Nikki Haley for anything. We don't need Nikki Haley for anything. Please do not pick Nikki Haley for anything. It would really set me back.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of housekeeping. We are moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, Cringe of the Week. Have the freaks stop trying to have sex with all the children? yet? Has that been resolved?
I don't think so. Which
No.
one? There's a couple videos that can fit that.
No,
so.
they're not. Still coming for the Utes. All right, let's do the one from the parents, the two gay dads transitioning their son to daughter since the age of 2.
Do you know if this is two gay dads, or are you just guessing?
I'm guessing.
Okay, I'm guessing as well. But here's one half of the two gay dads, presumably.
Basically, at about 24 months,
2 years.
here's where she started grabbing the tutus and the dresses.
By 3.5, Kieran had transitioned to a girl. Today, she's 9 years old, a third grader, and an athlete. That's why the Clausens are celebrating Governor Holcomb's decision to veto a bill that would have banned Kieran and other transgender girls from playing on girls' sports teams at school.
Indiana.
There were happy tears shed. There was dancing. And when I told Kieran, she squealed with glee.
There are people watching this right now who will say people who were born a boy and are living life as a girl are biologically different. So it places them in an unfair advantage.
My daughter will never go through male puberty.
He says Kieran will undergo hormone therapy to make her no different than any other girl.
My kid's mental health is more important than your kid's trophy.
Yeah. Say that again. My kid's mental health is, so it's like, all right, your kid's mental health is important. So then you're injecting the child with hormones.
Here's the thing, too. Hormone therapy, that phrase, like, let's just call it chemical castration, right? Like, because that's the same thing. This guy's got the pedo glasses, too. Those clear frame glasses. Guys, if you have those,
Lose them.
dump them.
Everyone sees you and goes, oh, that guy's a pedophile.
That guy's a weird Steve Jobs wannabe pedophile type.
Where's the van?
Yeah.
Where's the kids in it? Also, reaching for the tutu at age 2. It's like a 2-year-old looking at probably like a pink blob of like cloth, and it's like, oh,
Can't even see it.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, that means you're a girl. So,
My thing is, if you have, and we're assuming this is two dads because why? Otherwise, the mom would be here doing this. But these dads, if you're a 2-year-old and you have two gay dads, and one of them offers you a choice, like, hey, do you want the blue one? Or do you want this pink one?
that daddy likes.
Yeah, and then he like holds the blue one here. You are making a decision for the rest of your life at that moment. So be careful, kids.
Why is there even a tutu in the house if you have a son? Like, if I was born and I was the only kid, there wouldn't be
Stop.
any girl stuff.
You're asking the wrong questions, buddy.
Yeah.
You're too on the nose. Yeah, so it's like if you ever get that choice and you have two gay dads, you're in trouble. Like the scene from Air Bud where they're trying to determine who owns Air Bud, and they're like, come on, Air Bud, you come this way, and the guy's smacking the newspaper, because that decision could be a hormonal one, and it could affect you negatively for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's so true. And then Air Bud, the thing that I never understood about Air Bud, they got used to the dog being on the team.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, it was like, oh my gosh, this dog is like shooting 3-pointers and can play basketball. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. But then like by game 4, it's like, all right, Air Bud, we need more rebounds out of you. Air Bud, you're about to foul out. We'll take you out. Like they're just treating him like it's normal. Like I would still at every level be like, oh my gosh, the dog just scored a foul shot. Oh my gosh, the dog's on a fast break. Oh my gosh, the dog dunked.
Yeah.
You'd think it would, they got
would
used
still
to,
wow.
they got used to it pretty quick. Where it's like game 6, like, all right, Air Bud, like you're having a little bit of a slow day today, but you can pick it back up.
Oh, here's something I just thought about too is Air Bud. You know how they go, well, technically there's nothing in the rules that say a dog can't play. It's the exact same thing that's happening with trans sports right now. Like technically a guy pretending to be a girl could still play.
Yeah, they didn't make the rules for that.
Yeah, and then the governor of is this in Indiana? Governor Holcomb?
Mm-hmm. That was a point that someone made. I think it was Tucker
Indiana,
made.
this
It's
guy's
Indiana.
vetoing trans stuff. Come on, man.
Indiana, there was a thing.
They went 70% for Trump. Like
Yeah.
the constituency in Indiana does not want this. I don't know how this twink won.
That's what Tucker was saying too. Like people were like, "Oh, it's like this trans stuff is a distraction," but it's like it's happening in Indiana, Florida, Georgia. Like it's happening all in these base places. It's
Yeah.
not like it's just like the West Village of New York or
Yeah.
L.A. There's a kid at a drag show, and she goes around collecting money. It's playing in the background now. It's not really like a full video, but like that's just what she's doing. She's going around collecting money. She's just copying the drag queens.
Emulating them.
Very emulating.
Doing a
very,
little dance?
Yeah, very impressionable. doesn't fully get what's going on, but knows the whole room kind of likes it, and it's her turn to do what she saw. It's kind of like how it all works, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
Does anybody, did that go out?
That didn't come from nothing.
Yeah.
All right. This next clip is one of my favorite clips for the whole episode.
Okay.
It's the gay guy in traffic who double parks. This is like a metaphor for society.
This is a lane. You're parking in a... I know. I'm waiting for the car. I just came out to my parents. I came out to my parents that I'm gay. I don't know how to tell my parents that I'm gay. I just came out to my parents. I'm bisexual. I don't know what to do anymore.
Dude, I get it. Just park here.
I'm just...
I get it. Just, please, man. You're in a lane. You're in a lane. You have to go.
I will. I'm bisexual. I'm figuring out. I just came out to my parents. A little emotional right now. Thank you.
He says, I'm sorry. That's like a metaphor of society. It's like the gays are doing stuff that's not good for society. It's not helping people. It's actually hurting people and getting in people's way. And then when you call it out, when it's frustrating to you, they just go, well, I'm gay. I need help. I'm gay. I'm just a victim. I'm gay. And then everyone kind of goes, and then we apologize to them and say, oh, sorry. But you're still parked in the street.
Yeah. Doesn't change the fact.
Traffic was the LGBTs the whole time.
Damn. I never thought about
That's
that.
what, you never go in a car and there's too many cars and it's like stacked up and going slow?
Yeah.
It's because there's like a gay guy having like an episode somewhere.
Meltdown. Throes of twink mania. Dude, that's
Someone
crazy.
in the front is having a gay meltdown.
I thought of this as like, I don't think this guy's even gay. I thought this guy was just doing like a thing like bumping you and he's a magician and then he steals your watch. Like, he gets away with it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But I thought that was like a metaphor in society.
Yeah.
People are frustrated. They need to do what they want to do, but there's gay people getting in their way.
Yeah.
And then when you call them out rightfully, you have to apologize because they're gay and having a meltdown.
Yeah, it's that Family Guy bit. Like, right, sir, no, or ma'am, whatever, to the transgender.
Oh, you can't watch.
So you can't watch porn at the bar. Oh, I'm transgender. Oh, okay, then do whatever you want all the time. Yeah. It's the same bit.
Yeah. All right. Next, let's go to the gay guy gorilla question.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This is a good one. This is a very gay heavy episode.
Jerk off a gorilla or let a gorilla jerk off you?
Chuparlo?
Yes.
Yo sí. I suck.
Relax, buddy.
Yeah.
Relax, buddy. It was just a question that you didn't understand. So the gay guy gets a question he doesn't understand, just assumes it means like, hey, are you down to suck?
Are you ready to suck right now?
On camera? Are you down to suck? Yeah, I suck.
And he goes, yes, I suck.
I suck.
All right, so let's see what that gets you.
Yeah.
What that kind of behavior gets you.
Let's see what it turns into.
One whole week of me living with HIV and my first day on medicine, I felt better than I have in weeks. Seriously, my energy is back. I feel more like myself. I also officially know the person who gave it to me. I'm not mad at all. It's just, he didn't know. He didn't get tested in time, and that's why I have it now. As you guys can see, I went to the doctors again today, and they redid all my blood work. Needles are like one of my biggest fears. I hated it. But as long as I can get back to myself, I'm not mad. Lastly, before I go off to dinner, one of my big things on my bucket list was to have a blood pact with some of my friends. And I was like, oh, now that I have HIV, I'll never be able to do that. But I asked my doctor, and he was like, even though I really highly don't recommend it because of a number of other reasons, technically HIV is not the problem there. And I was like, yay! Only not the problem when I'm fully undetectable, which will be for a while, but I don't care. Also, he needs more information. But whatever, I love you guys so much. This is a win.
This is a win. You could do a blood pack still with HIV.
You're doing blood play shit when you have AIDS? I like also disregarding that it's just HIV and it's treatable, and I just call it full-blown AIDS, but that's just me.
So he's doing blood packs still. The doctor says he can, and he says it's a win. You know how I know demons are the center of Pride Month, like in that whole movement?
How do you know?
Because it's the word demon is in the center of the word Pride Month.
Wow. It's a
It's
literal thing.
It's actually really easy.
Damn. So this guy, I did a little research on him because for a second I thought that we had talked about this guy before. Because there was a guy who was like talking about how he goes to Harvard and he was talking to his professor and he was picking up his PrEP prescription, which is the pill that prevents HIV for gay people. And it wasn't him. It wasn't the same guy. So I was like, damn, did he stop taking his PrEP and get HIV? But I found out this guy was like a homecoming queen. He was like the first homecoming queen at some school. So now he's got HIV.
But he's happy about it.
Yeah, but it's a win. So no
He's
biggie.
going to take his PrEP and be undetectable and keep doing
blood packs and
all this shit that he's doing.
That's the type of guy who, if he was around a little while ago, he would have monkeypox. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Next, China banning women from advertising lingerie.
Yeah, it says China banned women from modeling lingerie online, so men are doing it instead. And
Careful, China. This slope is very slippy.
China, we warned you. Yes. We're warning you.
Careful, China. I know you're making moves and you're beating us in a lot of stuff, but this is a slippery slope. Maybe just have some modest ladies out there advertising the lingerie. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, a little bodysuit or something.
Yeah.
There's a middle ground. Don't
like
let the
AI.
twinks. Don't let them start twinking on you.
Yeah, or a mannequin. The slope is very slippery once you get out a little past the start of it.
Yep.
So be careful, China.
Yep.
The Toronto Raptors apologized. This is old, but we had to cover it because it's so important.
Because it's just so good.
It was for Women's Day, and then the Toronto Raptors gave this is what they made for Women's Day, the video.
Girls run the world because they're the only one that can procreate. They birth everybody.
All women are great because they're all queens.
So they had to apologize for that.
They did an apology because a few disgruntled men think that they can have birth too.
Yeah. So basically, everyone is scared to say the most basic truths because they're angering gays and stupid women.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you have to learn how to navigate the world according to the lens of a gay, stupid woman.
It's a 1% of the population hostage scenario backed by corporate America and HR departments everywhere who just force you to bend the knee. So these guys had nothing to say other than you give birth. Because obviously you can't just generalize what makes women so great. It's man, their empathy. You're just generalizing, right? And it's well, what do they all do? They give birth. It's no, stop.
That's the most basic, honest one where it's the one thing that women do that men don't do. What would you say? It's
nurture, give birth.
They give birth to everyone on the planet.
Yeah.
They have a connection to the place outside of the earth where they have a baby gets sucked in and comes out.
Yeah, I think in every single species, right, women are more valuable than men, right? And that's in a purely procreation type thing because when you hunt the males. You don't, and then when you fish, you send back the lobsters that have eggs on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's that keeps the population going. Any male bird will do, Because it's just a matter of how many
you blast them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just really weird that this universal truth that everybody knows you need to apologize for now.
And yeah, exactly. And everyone's known it for a while. Bryan Cranston, even when he was meeting a fan, he said the similar things, but now he's been saying this weird cuckboy shit lately. He's been he's been on one. Yeah. But listen to what he says.
You can do anything you want in the world, all right? You can. Remember that. Good luck.
No, there's a lot of things you can't.
No, you can do whatever you want to do in life.
He can't have a baby, for example.
Yes, he can. I just had a baby.
Can't birth a baby.
You can't birth a
So
baby.
you can't tell him he can do everything.
So Bryan Cranston needs to go to jail for that. That's illegal.
He needs to apologize, bend the knee, at least donate somewhere, right?
Yep, and start talking about trans people.
Cranston, he had a clip that went a little bit viral the other day where he was in a podcast interview with someone promoting something, and he goes, well, what do we need to do? And he's like, well, we need CRT. We need CRT. He said a quote like that. And he seems like a guy who gets the high-level liberal talking points and doesn't really get into it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh, CRT is good. That's all I've heard. And it's dude, you can't just say broadly, we need CRT. It's the most contested thing ever.
Yeah.
So he seems like he's not that involved, but he's doing the good boy.
But he's doing
approach.
good boy stuff.
Yeah.
He's probably trying to leg up to the next level.
I don't know. I don't know what he's up to.
Yeah. All right. Next, the guy who does the burnout on the trans flag in Florida.
Yep.
The guy's peeling out. This is free speech.
Yeah.
You burn a flag, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I think this guy's allowed to do this.
I think
it's
so,
in
too.
Florida, so it should be fine. But here's my thing. If they come for you and you get arrested for this, they come knocking on your door, you say no, and then you let them kill you. And that's how you go down, and that's an honorable way to go.
Interesting.
Cops come and say, hey, we're here to arrest you. You did a hate crime, and you say no. And they say, no, come with me. I don't know, reach in your pocket really quick, go like this, and then let them just fucking kill you. And then you leave the earth with some honor. So not a bad way to go.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess. I don't know. I didn't expect that from you. Didn't expect the death by cop immediately after a minor vandalism thing. But I guess that's the world we live in now, right?
It's not pretty, but that's what it is.
So we'll see what happens with this guy, because I think there's something, and we talked about this last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, where the girl burned that pride flag.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, a hate crime. And it's like, that's minor property damage, right? I thought we all agreed that it's minor property damage. Same thing with burning an American flag, like you said. Like, I don't know. I didn't hate crime anybody. I think the hate crime needs to have like a brutally beat up person at the end of it to be
a beat up gay guy.
Yeah, to be a crime. So I think we need to test this out, because if people can burn the American flag, then you can burn this flag, because this is a religion too at this point.
Yeah,
it's become a religion. And who the fuck approves this? How do you get to paint a giant, especially with the trans flag?
The trans one is where it gets crazy.
Who approves this?
Florida.
So there needs to be some sort of like consent thing that happens.
Who's deciding this on the level? It's like it's probably one or two people.
City workers.
Who are like a city council member, and they go, yes.
3 city council members go, yeah, we're doing it. And then
70 grand.
70 fucking grand for this. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's like, if 3 people are going to decide that they're going to do it, then maybe one guy can decide he's going to vandalize it. And who the hell cares? Because it's an eyesore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's every color in straight lines.
Yeah.
And then the weird trans part, just every color and bright. How about a road? How about just a road?
How about just a road? Exactly. All right, next, the woman with the weird addiction.
Yeah, where are you going to go with this? This is my question. Woman addicted to eating toilet paper eats 75 sheets a day and says it's, quote, like crack.
Hello? Base department?
That's your bit? That's your bit? Stop.
I don't have anything.
Stop. All right, I have a point.
My point was, hello? Base department.
If this middle-aged woman can be trained, and who knows how it started, how she got there, if she can be trained to love eating toilet paper enough to eat 75 sheets a day, do you think they can make that little 2-year-old trans?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that's hard to do if this woman can train herself to eat toilet paper?
She can like cross the wires enough to eat toilet paper?
Then you can cross your 2-year-old's wires enough the whole time you're raising him to tell him he's a girl.
You could probably
fuck him up.
convince a 2-year-old that they're an animal.
100%.
You're a chimpanzee. You're a koala bear.
Yeah.
You could probably pull that off.
I think so.
And they would like hold onto your leg, or like, you know, they would be little koala bears if you really told them that's what they were.
Yep.
That's a good point. Yeah, all I had was base department. Made no sense.
Okay, cool.
Half-baked, deep fried.
Thank you.
All right, diversity training page. This is, someone sent this to us.
Oh, yeah.
The diversity training.
Yeah, this is my favorite. It says, my brother is doing a diversity training at work, and this is one of the slides. Case study number 3, ethnic stereotype. Michael clocks out for lunch from his post on the Upper East Side of Manhattan and sits down to eat in the employee lounge. Another security professional, Cindy, is just finishing up her lunch and notices that Michael has a small sandwich and a bag of apple slices. She exclaims, "What kind of Italian are you? That's the smallest sandwich I've ever seen. Throw some meat on that bread or bust out some pasta and gravy, you big paisan. You're going to be starved by the end of your shift." How do you think this makes Michael feel? Is Cindy implying that Michael needs to eat more food because he is Italian? Do you think Cindy's comment could have offended others in the employee lounge?
Yeah, that's what the sensitivity training is all about. The ethnic whites are always very sensitive.
Italians are always running right to HR when you make an Italian comment.
What did you say about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the training. That's the example.
Isn't that funny that that's where we are on diversity training, that we have to use like a fake example over here, like a Italian example, when it's really like, watch what you say to black people at work.
Yeah.
That's like it, pretty much.
Yeah.
This diversity training isn't for black people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not for like, oh yeah, let's work on how we talk to paisans.
It's like a decoy, but the real truth is like everyone needs to be careful to not offend blacks and women.
Women and blacks. If you're a white guy, all you have to worry about is women who think like, what? Oh, he sexually assaulted me or something. He came on to me. And then like black people.
And then gays.
And gays go with women.
But gays go with women.
So it's really just like, if you're a white man, and I would encourage anybody, if you still have a corporate job like this, you do trainings like this, just don't talk to anybody. Like, have a firm, hard personal life stance and be like, oh yeah, I'm going out with the wife this weekend. That's it.
The Mike Pence approach.
Exactly. No, don't go alone in a room with a woman. Don't start.
Take a photo and then you put your arms like this.
Don't get involved. Don't overshare.
Never touch anybody.
Never touch anybody. Don't go to the happy hours, and just collect your check and, stay away from that kind of shit.
And those aren't your people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's smart. That's crazy. That's the example.
Yeah.
Those Italians.
Those Italians, they get sensitive. They go to HR. It's like, no, it's women and it's pretty much all women.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't think I'd ever offend a black guy at work and he'd be like, man, that's fucked up. I'm going to work.
But if a woman saw what you said, even if the black guy wasn't offended, they would go on the black people's behalf because they're like trying to save them.
Yeah.
Or whatever they think they're doing.
Should we continue with the workplace?
Well, the all-women flight crew.
Yeah,
this is from Delta.
Let's let this rip.
Did somebody say slave?
Then we can end it with like a plane just crashing down.
Whoop, whoop, terrain.
Yeah.
Terrain.
Oh, the check engine light was on for 3 months and she just hoped it would go away.
Yeah.
And then the lady working on the plane, she's not strong enough to tighten the bolt all the way for the pressure at 40,000 feet. She kind of just tried her best. And then no one checked her work because they didn't want to be sexist.
I don't want any pilot, male or female, to be choreographing a TikTok. Do the pre-flight checklist. Please do the pre-flight checklist. Like things, their mechanics, like screws, they get worn down. Please, guys.
Please.
Do not waste any of our pre-flight time choreographing a TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the end of Cringe of the Week.
Can you imagine the black box recordings going after like the all-women flight crew goes down? What's wrong? Like, Jesus, Stacy.
I got it. That's fine. I got it.
The alarm won't stop.
And then just crying and then like this. Like this is how you go into like the final few seconds. And instead of like trying to fight through it, it's just like, oh, for the last minute, she just like started crying.
I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. It's no problem solving. It's no switch the APU on and off.
Yeah.
Like, there's
go inverted like in was that movie?
Flight with Denzel.
It's like they're not doing that one. They're just like, yeah, I had my hands in my face and my face on my lap and I just cried and then plane crashed.
Yep.
That's the end of Cringe of the Week. It was a good cringe. We're moving on. Urban Decay. This week's Urban Decay section is brought to you by Bonus Land. Guys, if you love the podcast and you want to watch an extra episode that comes out every Monday that's 30 minutes long, I highly recommend it. This week in Bonus Land, there's a Wheel of Fortune fail. A guy gets mad at his wife at a concert. We shout out a baby. There's a baby we're going to shout out. There's a freak fashion show.
Yeah. We're going to go through a lot of stuff.
We got a lot of good stuff in Bonus Land. 30 minutes.
It's also, I will say, Bonus Land, it's also a different tone. We're kind of like post-episode. We're shooting from the hip. We're letting it fly.
It's chill. There's a good group of people, 2,000 plus people. We all comment. We talk to each other. It's very nice.
Yeah.
And it's $4 a month. Patreon.com/Fleccas or YouTube join. Just do it. You're going to do it eventually. We're going to keep raising the prices. Just do it.
Do it now.
Do it now.
All right.
First clip of Urban Decay is the butt creature.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything for this. I just needed everyone to see this butt creature. Is that good? I don't think so. It's better than trans, though.
Yeah, slightly. This can't be real, it says. I don't know if it is real. It could be pillows, could be something. But this is bad.
That's not good.
They're going to really make fun of this. Like, there are certain trends like ear gauges. Stuff like that. BBLs, it's going to be bad, guys. Like it's not going to age well or look well. You'll need a second surgery. And you know what the interesting thing is? You know how Mexico kidnapped and killed 2 Americans?
Uh-huh.
They were in Mexico for cheap cosmetic surgeries.
I heard that was a cover-up story, and then they were there doing a drug deal.
Really?
And they all had really extensive criminal histories.
I could see that.
Yeah, me too.
I could see that very easily.
I believe it.
If you look at as much Urban Decay as us every week, week in and week out, you kind of start to believe those things.
And the BBL people were getting BBLs and getting these like dummy butts, these dump truck asses. Mm-hmm. They're going to be bag holders because the trend is now going away from that and it's going to heroin chic again. Everyone's going to be super skinny and thin is the new trend. So everyone who's getting BBLs, you're going to be stuck with like a dated trend that's not even cool anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Next is guy on the way to work in a K-hole, it looks like.
He took too
So this
many
guy is
before
going
he
to
went
work.
Like, I ain't going to
He's
lie.
got the fit. He's got the drippy fit, though.
Yo, bro. Yo, you can't go to work like that, bro.
Go to work? What do you mean?
Yo, you cannot go to work like that.
Hi, what's going on?
Yo.
No, it's fine. Of course.
No, I'm serious. You gonna get in trouble. I'm telling you, bro. Don't do that. You're not on the phone.
I'm not gonna work, dude.
I'm trying to help you.
No, I get it. Thank you very much.
Don't do that. They gonna know you're on. Don't do that.
Hold on. I get it. Thank you very much, dude. I totally get it. Thank you.
Stop acting like you're on the phone. Look, the phone is off.
Oh, man. Fully goes for it. That was nice of that guy.
I know.
Looking out for him. Can't go to work like this. Just trying to protect you. I will put you on TikTok, though, for millions of people to see.
Yeah, kind of ruthless. Even worse, to be honest.
Sorry. But that move of getting a fake phone call.
I get it. Thank you. Immediately fake phone call that's totally visible.
Definitely fake. That's like a move I invented, though. I'm actually getting a fake phone call right now. Hello? Hey, what's up, Rob? I'm not busy. What's up? Okay. Well, why don't you just use the MasterCard I gave you?
That's overdrawn.
Yeah, he said he maxed it. All right. Well, how many cabanas is it?
It's 2 at least, right?
He said 2, but it's really crowded and everyone's standing around.
Tell him to get the 3rd.
All right. Just get the 3rd cabana and use the emergency credit card that you use for Europe and Louis Vuitton. Just use that one. All right. Ciao.
Ciao. Oh, stop. You're going to make my heart explode.
Oh, that's some good Rob shit.
Yeah, that's good Rob shit.
It's really good Rob shit. Yeah, Rob got the 3rd cabana. We have everyone standing around inside 2 cabanas. People are going to be like, you guys are, there's a minimum. If you have 20 of the boys.
Yeah.
It's like 7 people per cabana. You have 20 boys.
Roughly.
3 cabanas.
Yeah. Easy.
Oh, everyone knows. All right. Let's do the fight. The 1 free shot fight.
This one's interesting.
This is a good, interesting approach.
You didn't do nothing. What's up then, dog?
I'll give you 1 free shot, dog.
You said you're gonna smack me,
I'll
right?
give you 1 free shot, dog.
You don't want that. 1 free shot. What you gonna do? You don't want that, dog. You don't want that.
Oh, hey! Hey, what the?
So 1 free shot is an absolutely madman crazy approach, which I respect, but it was a bluff.
Never the move. Yeah.
It was a bluff.
1 free shot, and then you see him swinging with his flat-footed.
Never
he
had a
no
chance.
power. Yeah.
Underwater, like having a bad dream, trying to fight in a dream is what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
So the 1 free shot was a bluff, which got called, and he never had it in him.
I like that it's like 1 free shot, and it's like, how many times have you been punched? Are you really, like, if you're an ultimate fighter who knows how strong your chin is and what can knock you out, maybe give somebody 1 free punch as a show of dominance. But this guy doesn't have the experience to give out 1 free punch.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Wild. That was a wild approach. Not recommended. I could do it.
Let's see it.
1 free shot. I could eat one and then get crazy. All right. Next, the pink hair shoplifter.
Yeah, this is good.
This is one of the better clips we've ever shown. So this lady in pink is shoplifting, and this lady on the left catches her.
Now. Okay. And get out. Seriously, everything. Calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have anything in your bag? What bag? In your purse? You have nothing? Do not have nothing. Like those kinds of things?
That lady's dominant. She's dominating this store.
Yeah, just dump it out. It's empty. Are you joking?
I have stuff in there too.
Your whole purse is full of this stuff. You think I wasn't gonna? No.
You're touching it. You just ripped my jacket.
Give me the stuff.
What? Oh my God, get off me. You're ripping
Hey,
my
I
jacket.
don't care.
You're assaulting me.
Hey,
You're assaulting her. You're assaulting me.
I'm calling
Stop.
John.
Ow.
Call him right now. Call him right now.
Oh my God, you hit my bag.
Hey! Stop. Get out.
Oh, don't hurt me.
Get
Please
out.
don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I'll hurt you.
Call the police.
Stop hurting me.
Call the police.
Please don't hurt me.
Instead of recording me, call the police.
Instead of recording me, call the police. That person's just asleep.
Dump it out right
Just an
now.
NPC, not a real person.
I'm not letting go. Dump it out. Pick up what yours
What a
and
sad
leave.
life.
Get your shit and leave, she says.
This is not okay. Yeah, you know what else is not okay?
That's my pick for International Women's Day.
That's actually true. I honor that woman today.
I picked that lady. That's my favorite international woman.
My favorite is like how many times this person tries to play the victim
Yeah,
over the course of getting caught stealing.
You're assaulting me.
It's not okay. You're assaulting me. You ripped my bag. Well, you're stealing. We should beat you up. Like, turn the cameras off. Like, we should stomp you out, teach you a lesson. So I love that. And that's typical woman move, right? Like, I'm stealing. Oh, I have stuff in here. She empties it out. It's literally like a joke. It's like a clown car bag.
All right, we have to keep moving. Portland, the Portland street rats. So this is in Portland. There's a street rat problem, and then they call the street rat help line, and this is how they help.
It's called the Street Rat Helpline.
It's the Portland Street Response, $4 million a year, and here's how they're helping the community. In Northwest Portland this week, next to McClay Park, a street addict embedded himself like a tick in an alcove underneath 3 stories of residences in a condominium community. His daily existence was smoking fentanyl, defecating, leaving it there, and pulling out his dick and staring through the window at a woman across the way who happens to be a rape survivor. After several calls to non-emergency, they finally sent out the Portland Street Response. Dun, 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 dun. Residents were mortified when they heard Portland Street Response ask the man if he would like hot coffee or crackers. She also offered him a cigarette, reached into her fanny pack, and put it in his mouth. She told the exacerbated neighbors that they just needed to give him space. With that, she wished him a good day.
So you have a person who's shitting under your house, smoking heroin, smoking fentanyl, pulls their dick out, they're shitting, they're making people uncomfortable. Then you call the street response team, and they come and they give him a coffee and a cigarette.
They help him out. They treat him better than you.
That's how you get treated at the Admiral Club in the American Airlines terminal.
So true. In 1971.
Like, oh, you want a cigarette and a coffee? Take a seat. Your flight will leave soon.
Yeah.
You call the people. They gave him stuff.
Yeah.
And told everyone else to calm down.
So, red pill versus blue pill, right? Like, this is what they're up to. It's so insane to me that it's like, I'll never call you again. I'm getting 2 guys, and we're going to handle this ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm not going to imply anything, but we're going to handle this. And this guy's never going to come here again.
Yeah. He might go somewhere else, but he'll know that this condo place is not the condo place to ever go again.
Exactly.
The lady comes and gives him a coffee and a cigarette.
And I just read a story the other day about a child who died in an Airbnb because, like, an 18-month-old toddler, because of fentanyl exposure. And this guy's smoking fentanyl in your condo underneath it. And it's like, there are real consequences here. And I like the lady who's fed up and filming this and narrating it. She says, a street addict. That's what they all are. This isn't like, man, I'm down on my luck. I lost my pension in the 2008 financial scandal. These are people who just love doing drugs, and they can get free drugs and free food. They've blurred the line between homeless and street rat addict. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And people on the West Coast know what these people are. They're street rat drug addicts. You know, there's very few of those, like, nice old lady down on her luck homeless in the tent. You know?
Yeah.
There's very few of those. There's way more fentanyl, meth, whatever they can get their hands on addicts who just want to.
Can't go to jail. And the jail would be like a detox that they need.
Yeah, jail would be good for them.
But they can't. All right, next. Reparations.
Well, no, we actually have a follow-up Portland story, which is, and we've covered this in, the CVS's in San Francisco that all closed down, or it may have been Walgreens. But yeah, so if you and this was a nice condo building. So if you let the urban decay affect everything, what do you think happens? Well, all Walmart stores in Portland are closing permanently. Sales haven't met the company's expectations.
Yeah.
They love that little byline. It's not about the street rats. It's not about the stealing and the constant loss prevention. It's just sales
versus losses.
Yeah.
And then everyone says, like, oh, Walmart, they have insurance. Oh, who cares if they're stealing? They have insurance. Well, now Walmart's leaving Portland, and now all the people who live there who would have used Walmart, that could almost, this might be interesting. That could almost, like, solve the problem long term where it's like the street rats steal from all the corporations, then the corporations leave, and then when the corporations leave, mom and pop shops thrive, and then if mom and pop shops have security, they keep the street rats out. It could almost solve like the over corporatized America problem. Like their own thing they created, their own street rat population would almost like knock them back a few pegs and get these corporations less powerful and stop destroying small businesses.
Yeah.
It's almost like not that
It's a
bad.
genius leftist government plan to get mom and pop shops back. But the reality is they would make rules that you can't defend your mom and pop shop. Like it would be, it's just chaos. And you know what the interesting thing is too, is like the Walgreens in San Francisco's, the Walmarts here, a lot of these stores you can assume have been in place, and regardless if they're renting, like if they're leasing or if they own, you'd figure Walmart does new construction a lot of times. And so it's like they get grandfathered in, where it's like if this Walmart was built in 1980, the population went up threefold. We're in a great position to just profit and print money off this, but it's not even worth it. They give it up. You know what I mean? So the advantage, the early start advantage they had, it's not even worth it.
They gave up the plan.
Exactly. If your government is bad enough, which it obviously is in Portland, it obviously is in San Francisco, who would have thought decriminalizing theft up to $950 would have such an impact?
Yeah.
I couldn't see this coming. But so like even the benefits they have from being established in that community, being grandfathered in, so to speak, on costs, it's still not worth it to them.
Yeah. All right, next clip. The reparations will stop the stealing.
Let's hear what this bright man has to say.
Capital, money, reparations. That will stimulate this economy for the 2.6 million blacks in California. There's only one thing that would stop our children from busting into these liquor stores. There's only one thing that would stop our kids from busting into these jewelry stores, stealing watches and jewelry, and that's reparations.
Sounds like a threat almost. Sounds like we're being held hostage.
Sounds
it's
like
give reparations if you want the crime to stop.
Yeah. And to be fair, this guy, the way he's dressed and the way he talks, I feel like he does speak for a lot of the black community, right?
Yeah, that's an old head.
He kind of looks like that type.
OG.
So what do you think? The reparations are the only thing that would stop that? Maybe a strong father figure in the home?
Yeah. That's true. He says the only thing that'll stop
is cutting a check.
The crime is basically pay us off. It's like, I don't know. I don't believe it.
Yeah,
that might lead to more. That might lead to a Chappelle's Show sketch.
Mm-hmm. The liquor stores. The only thing that'll stop petty crime is cutting a check to black people right now who were never slaves in this state.
Yeah, I was gonna rob you, but now that I have money, I'd like to buy a watch.
I'm gonna whistle while I work. I'm just going straight to the good life, corporate America.
Hennessy,
here I come,
please. Debit.
And so this is kind of like an accidental self-snitching, right?
Yeah.
Like this is kind of like, oh yeah, that's why we're stealing so much. It's like, it'll stop if we get the money. It's like, that's what your community is? Shouldn't that be so embarrassing?
Wouldn't you never want to say that angle of it?
Exactly. It almost feels racist. You know what I mean? Like in a way, like, man, the only way black people stop stealing is if somebody hands them out money. And it's like, that's kind of, that's dark.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to the other thing that was kind of
the ADL tweet?
Yeah. So we kind of grouped these together because I thought it was like self-snitching, cultural self-snitching. This guy's obviously black with the reparations, and then this is from the ADL, and they were condemning former President Trump. Also delivered remarks that were in character but still dangerous. His claims about expelling warmongers, driving out globalists, casting out communists, and throwing off those who hate our country echo classic anti-Semitic rhetoric.
Yeah. It's like he made those comments, and then now you're saying, all those things are anti-Semitic, and it's like...
Warmongers, globalists, casting out communists.
Those people
and people who hate our country.
It's like, so you're saying those are the Jews?
You guys could have not said anything. That's crazy. So
I don't think anyone even heard those words and was like, oh, he secretly means Jews. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
like they completely overreached.
So they're like, whoa, that's us. He's talking about us for sure.
What?
Self-snitching, cultural self-snitching. I don't know what to call it,
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, last clip of Urban Decay, the creepy guy coming to the lady's door for sex.
I thought this was a doppelganger for you.
No, doppelganger for you.
Well, I got there first.
Steven here.
You got the wrong house.
I knew this was a ripoff.
Okay, what are you looking for, a Steven?
No, I am Steven. I'm looking for Fifi.
Yeah, you got the wrong house.
So, you don't want to have sex tonight?
Sir, my husband's in the living room with the gun.
Huh. Okay.
Have a good
Understood.
night.
So he was there for some sort of like escort prostitution
He
thing.
got catfished, yeah.
He got catfished. They gave him a fake address. He went to the fake address. He thinks it's still maybe the real address. And then it's just, my husband's in the living room with a gun.
What's the opposite of we're about to have sex? My husband's in the living room with a gun.
Yeah. That could have been Uplifting Gold.
Yeah.
Which is what we're coming into now. We are behind schedule. This is probably the longest episode we've ever done. But the first clip of Uplifting Gold, the Asian guy with the flag shirt, this is good. What does it mean?
The South will rise again, Confederate shirt.
I've been wearing it for years now. He's been wearing it for 6 years.
That's a good shirt.
That's a great shirt. And that's how you confuse the simulation regulators, too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. The next one's the same thing of confusing the simulation regulators. This one. Guy ordering Chinese food.
Oh. 2. 2 7-Ups, please. 2 7-Ups. Yeah.
Any soy sauce, Uncle?
不要
No? 不要?
不要
Oh.
这个好不好吃
Very good.
真的吗？
啊？
真的吗？我中文好不好？
对呀，中文讲得很好。
很好的
我没讲你坏话，要不然你会听。
哦，谢谢。
谢谢哈。
啊，拜拜。
Bye bye. I know bye bye.
Yeah, me too. I know ni hao.
That's pretty funny too. That's like another simulation regulator confusion thing.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah.
I respect that. I love people who speak languages that people don't expect them to.
Yeah.
Like there's that one YouTuber guy like Showman, and he does that. This guy is just like using his one trick. That guy who I just mentioned can speak like 40 different languages, and he just does it. And he like, that's all his content is filming people's reaction to him speaking their language. So
that's very cool.
Very uplifting. It's nice to have a skill. It's nice to have something that not everybody does. You should have great honor and pride in that. And that's why it's Uplifting Gold.
Yeah.
Right?
Good job.
That's why it's Uplifting Gold. People always ask, people say, give us real Uplifting Gold. Don't speed through it. So I'm trying to savor the moment, even though you're trying to rush through the episode.
Well,
It's
I'm
the
not
longest
rushing
episode.
through, and I have more Uplifting Gold. Next, the girl band, the family band.
I'm a stone's throw from the mill, and I'm a good walk to the river. My working day is over. We'll go swim our cares away. So put your toes down.
Isn't that nice?
That's Americana.
That's Americana. Last week we showed those horrible girls that were doing all those street confessions about all the disgusting stuff they do.
Who they were sucking.
Everyone's sucking everybody. It was actually disgusting. And it was like discouraging. But then I also didn't want to get on the wave where it's like, oh, all girls are these stupid girls who are out at the nightclubs wearing no clothes, doing stupid stuff. So it's nice to show that. That's a family band called the Castellows. They're 3 sisters. They sing like country music. They play the banjo and guitar. They're very nice girls.
Yeah.
And that's pure Americana. And that's like, you can't forget there's nice people out there too, good people out there too. They're linked in the description if you want to go follow them on Instagram. They have like 700,000 followers. They're
700K?
Yeah. They're from South Georgia. And they have this nice family band of 3 sisters, and they're singing nice American songs. So
That's great.
That's uplifting. It's,
There's still good out there. There's still
good.
pure Americana out there.
So go give them a follow. They're in the description. Tell them Fleccas sent you. People who work in the mines.
I'm wondering where you're going to go with this.
Well, this is people who work in the mines in Kentucky. They drive around these little cars. It's uplifting because there's still people doing these jobs, but it's also not us. But someone is doing it. And that's uplifting to know that there's still, people putting their head down and going to work and doing things that we need and we appreciate and use as society. That's why it's uplifting. Is that not uplifting to you?
No, it's interesting. I didn't know they used little low carts like this to skirt around. I actually had no idea. I still don't really know how they do coal mining.
I don't know what at the end of this driving, they get to the place and start pulling it out.
Yeah, and they have to start chiseling it, and then they have to get it into buckets and stuff.
And that thing could just fall on everybody.
Yeah.
And that's scary. All right, last clip of Uplifting Gold, the King Randall clip.
This guy?
This is pretty good. We've seen him.
Brother, he's in high school. He has friends, right? If his friends are failing in school, I punish my brother. Why? If that's your real friend, why exactly my brother has his lowest grade is a 96 at school, but some of his friends might have a C or a B or a D or F. And I'm like, how exactly is he your friend and he's failing? Y'all taking the same classes, y'all doing the same things every day after school. Why you not helping your friend make it to the top? Especially if they want the help. Now, if they don't want the help and they're trying to drag you down with them, that's not your real friend. It's not always about being cool. The cool thing to do sometimes is to tell them bye.
Which is why this is going to be your last episode here on the show.
Bye. I'm a D+ student on the podcast.
Yeah, you're
Goodbye.
the one with bad grades.
I'm dragging you down.
And I'm getting dragged down. I'm trying to do good. That's a nice clip. It's good to see it. It's true.
Accountability, purpose, expectations.
School is important.
Yeah.
Doing your homework, not being happy with anything under an A. That's nice.
It's simple stuff that like people, I guess, forget or throw out the window.
Imagine that guy's like, now if we all get reparations, we'll stop misbehaving.
We'll all get A's.
Yeah.
That
we
would
start
be the
doing
worst.
our homework as long as we get $360,000.
Yeah.
Then we start doing our homework.
Yeah.
All right. That's the end of the episode.
Thank you.
Another one in the books. So that Fleccas Talks the books. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. FleccasMerch.com for the best merch in the game. Patreon.com/Fleccas or YouTube. Join for Bonus Land. 30-minute episode coming out on Monday. And make sure you support our sponsor, My Patriot Supply. They support us. Let's support them right back. Thank you guys for watching. Post where you're watching too. When you're watching the show, post where you're watching and we'll share it on our stories on Instagram. Make sure you tag us. Make sure you follow Richard Rap Boy on Instagram as well. And also shout out to Chinese Donut Boy. Happy birthday, Chinese Donut Boy.
Happy birthday, Donut Boy.
We love you, buddy. We will see you guys at the next one. We have some things to get to. Next, I was talking to some people about movies and like good movie scenes, intense movie scenes, great movie scenes.